Welcome to the Kindness Project, the podcast designed to share stories of kindness and share how kindness can make positive change in our world, one small act at a time.
This week on the Kindness Project, we talk about PlayStation trophies, Beethoven Rage, and we discuss retro gaming.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Easter. Welcome to Good Friday's episode of the Kindness Project.
Yes.
I'm joined by a girl who has just used the phrase urban turban. It's Charlotte Dames.
And I'm joined by a man who's gone past gold and is now going for platinum. It's Chris Day.
I want to go for gold, right? One of the questions we asked earlier in the week was about quiz shows, and there was this amazing quiz show that was on when probably about 18 years ago when I was a student, called Going for Gold, and I spent a lot of time in my formative years between probably 18 and 20 watching way too much Going for Gold. But we were talking about PlayStation trophies, because one of the things that I'm guilty of as a dad is turning you into a bit of a gamer, aren't I? Because I'm a bit of a gamer.
I'm not that good at gaming, but I do enjoy it with the sound.
Yep.
And I've been playing this game called Ni no Kuni. I don't know if anyone's heard of it, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. And my goal was just to finish it, like absolutely everything, all the side quests, all the bounty hunts, all everything. I'm not gonna go all the way out and collect every familiar, but I'm trying to.
There is English in there somewhere, chaps. I mean, there is it does make sense if you're into the game, doesn't it? Yeah. So I said, because PlayStation, when you play a PlayStation game, if you've got any gamers out there, if you are a gamer and you're watching, let us know. And unofficial question of the podcast, I think the question of the podcast for next time, what's your favourite game?
Happy Easter, dude!
Happy Easter, Trev. Thanks for tuning in again, mate. So unofficial question of the podcast is, what's your favourite game? But I said, well, look, you must be near to platinum. Is that a word?
Platinum.
Getting the platinum for a game, which means you can't do any more. You've like effectively bossed the game. And you went, I don't know whether I'll get a platinum or not. I don't really care about that. How many hours have you spent on that game?
18.
No, it must be more than that.
I might have got the numbers wrong around.
Right, there is a fundamental difference between 81 hours spent on a game and 18 hours.
Well, I have been playing it for 3 years.
Yeah, probably more than 18 then, yeah?
Yeah, I think I said 18 because last time I checked it was either 17 or 71. And I was like, if it's 17, it's going to be one up from that, because the last time I checked it was 2 days ago, and I've been playing it every night. Yeah,
your GCSE results are coming up soon based on your mocks. You didn't make that mistake in the mocks, did you?
No.
Good. Oh, good.
In the first set, maybe, but not the second set.
That worries me. But yeah, so again, are you gamers out there? What's your favourite game? What are you really into at the minute?
Have you ever got a platinum?
Have you ever got a platinum trophy on PlayStation? And the other question I was going to ask was, if you're more of an Xbox user, why? They're rubbish. What? But PlayStation is clearly better than Xbox.
I prefer Nintendo.
Oh, see, Nintendo's a different beast. I like a Nintendo game, but I like Mario.
Pokemon, Layton, Mario.
True. Yeah, Nintendo. I think PlayStation's for serious gamers, Nintendo's for more fun gamers, and then Xbox sits somewhere in the middle.
Fun gamer. I'm better at Nintendo games than I am PlayStation games, because I don't know.
Yeah. The other question I was going to ask our audience was, is it really embarrassing that the daughter of a financial planner doesn't know the difference between 81 and 18 hours? That's a bit scary.
I do know the difference between 18 and 81. I just couldn't remember which way round the numbers went.
So, that's unofficial question of the podcast. Let's move on to actual question of the podcast. What song are you listening to quite a lot at the minute? Now, I asked the question on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that yesterday, and the question was, what song are you listening to right now? But if you're watching this live, the only thing you're listening to is the inane witterings of a man and his daughter. That's what you're doing. We know that. But what song are you listening to at the moment, and particularly when you're working from home?
You know what I listened to on repeat yesterday?
Go on.
Rage Over a Lost Penny.
Now, I've never heard of that. What is that?
It's Beethoven.
Rage Over a Lost Penny.
Yeah.
Play it. That is an amazing... You know what? When you first said that, I thought that was a heavy metal band. Rage Over a Lost Penny. Beethoven.
Ludwig van Beethoven.
Go on then, give it a go.
I found a Beethoven playlist because I was trying to... I was sitting and reading.
Well, interestingly, a lot of our listeners did say that when they're working or studying, classical music is pretty decent. It's all right. Not very ragey though, is it?
Some is.
Oh, it's not. Right, stop, because I'm sure that there's copyright stuff that we've got to be careful of. So, Rage Over a Lost Penny is apparently what Charlotte listens to. I don't think it sounds that ragey, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like a Rage Against the Machine style hardcore metal song, but it wasn't.
It's Beethoven.
It was nice. It was quite tuneful. It was very good. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Trina. Hi, Trina. Hi, Trev. Hi, Claire. Hi, Ben. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for tuning in this morning. We really appreciate it. Answer the question, what song are you loving at the moment? That'd be really good. And I just want to give a shout out to a couple of things that's going on. I am loving the Facebook group Rock the Lockdown at the minute. I don't know if you've heard of it. Somebody invited me to it. And effectively, it's just people making music whilst in lockdown and posting it on Facebook. And it's quite a nice little group to be part of because you've got loads of people showing off their talents and doing it for free and doing it online. The other thing that I'm really enjoying at the minute is Gary Barlow's duets. Have you been watching them?
I've only seen that one.
What one have you seen?
I don't remember.
And I'm not a big Gary Barlow fan. I want to start a band now called Rage Over a Lost Penny. Just what other songs has Beethoven got that have got unusual names?
I don't know. I really don't really listen to those ones. I'm more of a Mozart girl. But,
Of course you are. Yeah,
you know, I also listen to a lot of movie soundtracks. So like.
Yeah. But that's good studying working music because you don't get too into it.
Yeah.
It's good to have it in the background, isn't it? Like ambient music.
Well, I discovered that when I made a playlist of study songs and they all had something to do with the topic I was studying.
Yeah.
And my playlist went from the Jekyll and Hyde musical to the soundtrack for the Inspector Calls TV show and then to the Macbeth movie.
Okay.
And it was decent.
It was decent.
Yeah. And then if you go down far enough, there's the Countdown theme song, so... But
the problem is, if you're studying or working and the Countdown theme song comes on, you've got to finish in 30 seconds, haven't you? Nice. So Rock the Lockdown is one thing. Hi Ben, how are you, mate? The other thing I want to mention, and thanks to Mike for pointing this out, is an organisation called Wild Thing Limited.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Go on then.
No.
You give it a go.
No, thank you.
Are you thinking it's pronounced Wild Thing?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
You make my heart sing. What? Why are you looking like that? You know what I've realised over the past 3 weeks, my 16-year-old daughter has perfected the embarrassing dad phase. Go on.
Which one? There's about 7 that I use for different.
Give me 2 or 3. Give me 2 or 3.
Oh my god. Oh, which ones do I use? I don't know. You put me on the spot here, really, man. What do you want from me?
It's the eye roll that I like.
Oh, the eye roll.
The what?
The eye roll. Looks so unnatural when I try and do it, but it's like...
That was a robot. The eye roll. The eye roll. Yeah, the eye roll. So, look, I know I'm an embarrassing dad. I'll admit to that, but we have a laugh.
We have a laugh.
We have a laugh. Right. Wild Thing Limited, they're merchandise experts, but they need your help. And that, again, thanks to Mike for pointing this out. They're trying to make a difference in the fight against the coronavirus, and they're printing a T-shirt, Fight Against Coronavirus T-shirt. What they're doing is simple. If somebody purchases a T-shirt to show their appreciation, they're going to donate 50% of the purchase price to NHS charities, or send a T-shirt to the NHS frontline staff, because they apparently need extra clothing at the minute. They've already donated garments to Clatterbridge Hospital. They're based up in Liverpool, and I'm assuming Clatterbridge Hospital is in the same place. And they're trying to decide what style T-shirt is going to be most popular at the minute. So if you have a look, if you just put in your little Facebook search bar, Wild Thing Limited merchandise experts, they should pop up, and you can help them with that own particular challenge and support the NHS workers as well. So that's all good. What else have you got to tell us today?
Oh, I was just thinking about T-shirts.
All right, what T-shirts? I like the T-shirt you've got on.
Oh, thank you. I was thinking about novelty T-shirts and the kind of like, you know, those T-shirts where it's like, I came to so-and-so and all I got was this T-shirt. And I was imagining one of those, and it was like, I survived the coronavirus and all I got was this T-shirt.
Yeah. Sorry, you want a T-shirt that says, I survived the coronavirus and all I got is this T-shirt?
No, it's just one of those things that popped into my head randomly.
Would you buy one of those T-shirts? If the money went to charity, would you buy a I survived the coronavirus?
No.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you're wrong.
It was just something that came into my head.
Oh, God.
Like, what kind of T-shirts could they be?
Can you please let our audience know? Can you please let our audience know where they can give us the answer to the question of the podcast and find out more about the Kindness Project?
Okay, so if you're watching this, you're already on our Facebook page. Hey, you guys. If you are not, well, then...
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, obviously.
Get on there.
But we are at Ola Kindness on Twitter. If you search us into the Facebook search bar, we do come up as the Kindness Project, not Ola Kindness.
We're on the Kindness Project podcast because normally we do this as an audio thing, don't we? Yeah.
We have a website, www.thekindnessproject.co.uk. Yes, okay. And then our email is ola@thekindnessproject.
No. Oh, yeah. Holla at the Kindness Project, HOLA at thekindnessproject.co.uk. And the reason it's holla is because when we first started the Kindness Project, and now, when Charlotte says the word holla with a H, she says it like this.
Holla.
Holla! No H! Still no H. 2 years in and no H. So it's HOLA.
Sometimes I do it just to spite you.
I know you do. It's Oh God, I roll. It's HOLA, holla at thekindnessproject.co.uk. Are we ready for a bit more of Dave Forsdyke?
Reason to be grateful.
Yeah. / Silver Linings. Thank you again. Every single day, Dave consistently gives us stuff to read out on the podcast. We really appreciate it, Dave. Thank you for that, mate. And today he's talking about stuff you can do over Easter.
Yes.
Whilst in lockdown. Can I mention one thing that we're doing? Camp Festival, which is a festival that we've been a few times, is doing a lockdown festival where they've got a bunch of different people doing music. Effectively, it's an Easter festival while in lockdown, isn't it? They've got... Who? I don't know. Who have they got, Kaz? Oh, so nobody knows.
They're just doing DJ sets.
They've got DJ sets, they've got... poetry readings. They've got a bunch of different stuff.
Poetry.
It's like a festival, but you just sit in your back garden and enjoy it. So we will be donning our festival clothes tomorrow and enjoying that. But Dave shared with us a bunch of stuff that's going on online as well. Longleat Safari Park have developed a 30-minute virtual safari.
Ooh.
And you can find that at www.longleat.co.uk. English Heritage. Now, I've got to say, we're members of English Heritage, so we go like sort of every now and again to visit the English Heritage sites. Day 2 of lockdown, English Heritage sends me the book of places I can't go. Not great time in English Heritage, not good timing at all. Is it? Is it?
They probably sent out like a week prior to the
I know. But don't send me a list of places that I might want to go 2 days into lockdown. What is the point of that? But English Heritage have teamed up with Google to give us access to the many historical sites around the country, plus famous artwork, and you can find that at artsandculture.google.com/project/English Heritage.
There's a hyphen in between that.
English-heritage. National Trust have taken a different approach, and they've got 50 things to do in your own back garden over Easter. And do you fancy visiting the zoo? Because loads of them have live links to the animals in the zoo. And apparently San Diego Zoo have got an amazing live camera. And you can find that at https:// shouldn't have read all that out. It's in the show notes. If you Google San Diego Zoo, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. So thank you so much to Dave for sharing that again. What are you up to over Easter? It'd be good to know, and if you're watching live, let me know. Hi to Dad. Hi Dad, how you doing? And hi to Judy for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Why are you saying, oh God, it's April?
I forgot what month it was.
It is April.
I checked my phone like, what month is it?
Yeah.
And I was like, of course it's April. We're doing Easter.
And morning to Steve, morning to Nick. And we're talking about gaming. And Nick mentioned that his favourite game is gone old school. Manic Miner on the ZX Spectrum, amazing choice.
You don't get much better than...
And Steve Stewart said old school Atari, Tennis and Asteroids.
So you don't get much better than Ocarina of Time on the GameCube, do you?
Look, I think the games that we grew up with are always going to be like the ones that we remember. So for me, Lemmings is an amazing game.
We used to sit and play it.
Lemmings is an amazing game. For me, it's all of the games of my Commodore 64. Loved my Commodore 64. I love that picture. What picture?
The one of you sitting with your Commodore 64 with the big afro.
I wish I could grow an afro now. Those afro days are gone. But yeah, so thank you for sending those in. And what I'm going to do is read out some of the answers to the question of the podcast we've had, which is, what do you listen to when you're working from home or studying? So we'll go on to that. So you've talked about Rage Against the Machine by Beethoven. What else do you listen to?
Podcasts.
Oh yeah, you know what? I can't listen to, I mean, I love a podcast, clearly, but I can't listen to a podcast while I'm studying or working because I get into the podcast. That's the problem.
The first 10 minutes I'm fine, and then I get in, I'm like, oh my god, because see you listen to all the factual podcasts, and I'm here they're sitting to basically watch an audio drama.
Yeah. Yeah. So the answers we've got were Pedro Floyd said currently he's listening to nothing, but it's about to be Handel's Water Music. Trev answered, who said Stereophonics dudes. Cheers, dude. Maybe tomorrow. I am loving Step on My Old Size Nines by the Stereophonics at the minute. That is an amazing tune. Frances Barrett, who I'm going to give a massive shout out to. So Frances runs a social media business. She's amazing at what she does. Jelly Bean Social is the name of the business. Please feel free to look her up. But she's doing her bit at the minute by helping promote a song called Applaud NHS, which is raising money for the NHS. So thank you to Frances. And she's saying that all she's listening to on repeat at the minute is that song. So give it a listen, because it's got to be good, right? Rob Bishop said he's going through his old record collection and he's enjoying a bit of soul and jazz funk. And apparently Rob has got over 5,000 vinyls.
Oh.
So that's a lot of records. John Cook said he's really loving Lewis Prime by The Wildest. Pop it on and try not to smile. We'll give that a go.
Are we sure it's not the other way around?
And Al McCann likes a bit of classical as well. I don't know whether it's the other way around. It could be The Wildest by Lewis Prime, couldn't it? But I'm reading it the way it's been written. So, I don't know. What do you reckon?
I would have reckoned The Wildest was the name of the song. No, I check out.
Should we find out and then come back?
Yeah.
And then Al McCann said Radio 3's lunchtime concert. So he clearly loves a bit of classical music as well.
I used to listen to those on the walk home from school in primary school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, can you?
Not lunchtime, but I used to listen to Radio 3.
Yeah. How'd you do that? Just like
I had an old phone that had a radio connection.
You had a phone that had a radio connection. You did, didn't you? I remember that. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the phone. You know what I miss? I mean, the challenge you've got in lockdown, you don't really worry about charging your phone anymore because you're just in the house. How do you do that?
Because I leave my phone charger all over the place, but I've only got one phone charger.
Right.
Because no one else has the same phone as me in this house anymore.
Right.
I can't go to people, look, my phone charger's gone poof again. You can have...
Gone what?
Poof.
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 Okay, fair enough. So we've had a couple of answers on Twitter as well. Ian Else is really enjoying the Fontaines DC. Heard a track on Six Music recently and thought he'd ever listen to the album. Rob Cochran on Twitter is loving a bit of the Stone Roses at the minute, and that is definitely my generation of music, so thank you for that. Charlie Goodman said Takeover by Zydonic is his track, and Ian at My Money Alive at Twitter is really enjoying Arvo Parts. Mark Budd is enjoying Steely Dan, and Martin is enjoying a little bit of...
You just passed it on to me so you wouldn't butcher it, didn't you?
Yeah. Look, every time Serena comments on the podcast, I've got to say her name really badly. So I'll let you read that. Lorna Lubra. Well done. Brett Davidson is loving a bit of Jet Airliner, and that, my friends, is it for another show. Short one today, but hopefully you really enjoyed it.
Yes.
We are off for Easter, so we're not back until Tuesday now. We'll post question of the podcast over the weekend and do all that sort of stuff. Couple of things we want to just mention. We've got some amazing guests coming up. Steve Stewart's going to come on and talk about the amazing work he does with the homeless in London and Essex, and we've got a few more that we're just lining up at the minute who are going to join us live on the Kindness Project to talk about, even in lockdown, the amazing stuff they're doing to help their fellow man. So tune into that, and we will see you
next time.
Are you doing a joke? Because when we first started doing the podcast, you were doing a really good
I can
joke.
find them again. I have them saved on my phone somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah. And let us know whether you're in a position where you're doing what you can in your community. So how are you helping? And now,
I've done the same.
sorry, did I interrupt you, like, having a little sing-song? You do realise we're still going out live?
Yeah.
What song are you singing?
The Cell Block Tango from Chicago.
Oh, right, okay.
Chicago or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you found your joke yet?
It's on the next page.
Go on then.
Why did the Can Crusher quit his job?
Why did the Can Crusher quit his job?
Because it was so depressing.
And on that note, have a lovely Easter. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.